there. I mean, they have Shakur has a hell of a fan base, and I don't know if that's good or if that's negative, but he does. I think Zepeda got more power than Tio at 140. Sent by Pat, I disagree with that heavily just because Zepeda's a death by 1,000 cuts kind of puncher, but Tio's not a huge puncher at 140. That's a fact. His power never really carried. His power really never even carried too much up to 135 in the same way. So I don't even think I've ever seen Tio buzz someone at 140. Neil Magny, the king of gatekeepers. See, now we're talking Kiza. Now we're talking the king of gatekeepers. Now we got to compare these. These are the things that we have to compare right here, bro. Because like Neil Magny, here's the thing about Derek Brunson. I always say, what is a gatekeeper? Let's listen really quickly before I get to the rest of the comments. I'm going to rant for a minute. Do you mind, Johnny? Do you have to go?
No, dude. Let's fucking dance, baby.
Dog. A gatekeeper. What is a gatekeeper? Not talking sports, not talking anything. He holds the gate. He holds the gate. He is at the gate. He is stopping the gate. What is the gate? The championship belt in this case. Let's look at who, as I already listed, who is Derek Brunson let into the gate? Literally, only title contenders and only championship holders, and Ronaldo Souza, who I think at least fought for a Strikeforce title. So
Jacare?
It still counts for something. Jacare,
legend, though.
That's what I'm saying. That's the only person that didn't fight for a UFC title that he let through the gate. The only person, and he lost to him twice. So that's something to note. Look at who he held out of the gate to make sure you are not actually worthy. He held out Darren Till. He held out Kevin Holland. He held out Edmund Shabazian. He held out, rest in peace, Elias Theodoro. He held out Ian Heinisch. He held out Daniel Kelly. He held out Uriah Hall, who was always fraudulent. He is the best gatekeeper any combat sport, bar none. Bring me a better gatekeeper than Neil Magny, motherfuckers. I'm ready to debate this any day. He held that gate with his sheath behind the sword, behind the garb, was ready for it. Love y'all. Neil Magny.
Neil Magny.
It seems like Big Shadow likes Neil Magny. Kiza likes Neil Magny. Sent for Pat.
I'm a Neil Magny guy.
Colby Covington. Colby Covington entered the gate. He fought for that title. He entered the gate, in my personal opinion. Johnny Walker, too chinny. Johnny Walker didn't hold the floor down. I guess Neil Magny's the best argument, right? I'm sorry, y'all. I got to put on my hoodie. My hair is pissing me off.
Damn, Covington was an interim champ. Forgot about that.
All right, sorry about that. And sorry about the rant I just went on there, but
no way, dude. What is a gate? Dude, it's an important conversation to have, man. You know what I mean?
And I know this is MMA talk in a boxing channel, but guys,
the boys, there's crossover. It's
the same exact concept too, as well for boxing. He holds the gate. No one has held the gate. I got to see Neil Magny's now. Now I'm genuinely curious to see.
Da 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 da. All right, so he's coming off a loss against Amosov. Jake Matthews, Zaleski, Mike Mallet, Phil Rowe. He beat D-Rod.
God, those losses are so good. Protes, Morales, Ian Gary, Gilbert Burns.
Dude, the Jeff Neal victory? He beat Robbie Lawler. Say it ain't so.
This is where he loses me here. This is where he loses me compared to Brunson. He almost beat Brunson, but then you see losses to Chiesa, and then you see losses to Santiago Ponzinibbio. Even though that was Santiago Ponzinibbio in Argentina, that was a monster before his blood infection.
You can't, before the injury, you can't, dude. Chiesa's a nightmare to deal with that one-dimensional grappling style. Dude, he has a win over Condit and Lawler. Get out
All right,
of here.
I'm not gonna lie, chat. You guys
and Johnny Hendricks.
You guys may have gotten me with Neil Magny. You guys may have gotten me with the Neil Magny debate over Derek Brunson.
I brought this up. Magny was my shout.
Oh,
this is cool, bro. Kevin Gastelum. He has a win over Tiger Silva. Do you remember Tiger Silva?
Tiger Silva. Eric Silva. Eric Silva. I didn't know that was his nickname, bro.
Yeah.
What? Dude, who did he go to war with? Was it Matt Brown?
Matt Brown. One of my favorite fights. One of my all-time favorite fights at 170 pounds. Matt Brown versus Tiger Silva. Fucking war, dude. Watch that fight to get stoked.
Dude, look at the comment section's popping right now for this gatekeeper debate. Y'all are the shit, bro. This is hilarious.
Kevin Holland is no gatekeeper. See, we got to educate it as chat. Kevin Holland, not
I will
Go
say, I think Neil Magny does have a little bit of a better standing because he may have better resume of who he stopped from coming through the gate as well. Wins over
Bobby
Mallet
Lawler,
are huge.
look how many-
Even though that Jake Matthew win is fraudulent as shit, we can all agree here that Jake Matthew win is absolutely fraudulent.
The history books,
quick, the Boss
history
Christos,
books-
I see you saying Robert Whitaker's up there for sure. The only reason you cannot consider Robert Whitaker a gatekeeper
World
is he's been a
champion.
champion.
He's been a world champion.
If you haven't watched his wars versus Yoel Romero,
dude, Rob Whitaker in his
can I tell you something, Johnny?
Yo,
Last night I fell asleep to Dalton Smith and Subriel Matias tape because I want to have my that video drop for the Patreon Boys Friday and on my YouTube by Sunday.
Next Friday.
If Quinn bit down, everyone would want his pale head on a pike. An energy blast sent Quinn.
No. I'm gonna have it for my Patreon Boys tomorrow, and then I'll have it for YouTube on Sunday. That's kind of how I've been doing it, dropping videos on Patreon a little bit early and then dropping them on YouTube after.
Nice.
I just dropped my Yankel Rivera breakdown.
Yep.
I was watching Subriel Matias, Dalton Smith before bed, right? Just getting some notes, and it made me turn on Tony Ferguson versus RDA.